residents of Punggol East and fellow Singaporeans, good evening. Tai Ke Ho Bo. Welcome to the second Workers' Party rally. Thank you so much for coming down despite your busy work schedule. Yesterday, we saw some good news for young couples. Finally, the government has decided to grant government-paid paternity leave for 1 week. This has been an issue raised by the Workers' Party and other NGOs time and again. In our GE 2011 manifesto, we proposed to recognize the important role of fathers in sharing the responsibilities of infant care, paternity leave of at least 6 days, half of which will be funded by the government, should be introduced and legislated. Workers' Party MP for Aljunied Girasi, Mr. Faisal, raised this in Parliament in August last year. My fellow Singaporeans, this is what the Workers' Party will do for you. Together with you, we will push hard on issues that matter to you until we see policy changes that will serve you better. We pushed for 6 days and the government decided on 7 days. Next time, we better ask for 14 days. Maybe we will get 18 days. National issues are indeed important and they affect all Singaporeans. But local and municipal issues are just as crucial. They have immediate impact on your quality of life as well as that of your families. Tonight, allow me to speak directly to you and address your concerns. Residents I met on my house visits and walkabouts told me that there are too few feeder bus services within Punggol East. As such, there is a heavy reliance on the LRT. At the LRT stations, the carriages are too small to accommodate everyone, forcing commuters to wait for carriage after carriage. All this contributes to the crowding at train stations. To make matters worse, buses are often held up by traffic jams. We need to tackle this problem and the issue on transportation costs as well. Ladies and gentlemen, SMRT made huge profits. Should we pay for higher bus fares? The government pumped in an additional $1.1 billion of taxpayers' money last year to purchase new buses. Should we pay for higher bus fares? Next, there are too few public amenities and coffee shops in Punggol East. Punggol East has mostly food courts, which are more expensive. With inflation on food prices adding to the expenditures of families, it is important to have affordable food available in the ward. Young professionals and working adults returning late in the evening should still be able to have hot, piping food. Many of our Muslim friends in Punggol East will also tell you that there is a lack of variety in their food choices. Most eateries that are halal certified are mainly fast food restaurants. The lack of the wet markets in the area also contribute much to the higher household expenditure of many families. The needs of the residents of Punggol East can be better served with another wet market in the ward. It can help to keep costs lower and improve the quality of living in Punggol East. We need to have more facilities and public amenities to meet the needs of the residents. These issues were highlighted in GE 2011, but did the PAP government listen to you? Another issue of concern in the Punggol East ward is the existing renovation problems at Rivervale Plaza. You can hear the hacking and drilling while corridors have become narrower. The renovation works constitute a safety hazard to the users of the plaza, especially for the elderly and young families with children. Rivervale Plaza is in a mess. It is the utmost concern of many residents and tenants to get this matter resolved without any delay. I will work with the relevant agencies to ensure the completion of the works on time. I was asked this question during my walkabout. Lilian, if I vote for you, will the renovation be delayed again? My answer to this lady is, my election as your member of parliament will not and should not be the excuse for any further delay. The needs and interests of the residents of Punggol East must come first. Beyond any partisan disagreements, let us not forget the renovation was stopped under a PAP MP. This situation has persisted for months, and it is only during a by-election that the PAP is finally spurred into action. Where were they before the by-election? More work awaits me, but with the experience I've gained working at Hougang SMC and Aljunied GRC, I'm best placed to serve the needs of the residents. Now, even as we allocate precious resources for our young, we must not forget our senior citizens, our valued elders. Our elderly citizens, our grandparents and parents worked hard in their younger days to contribute to the building of the nation. Brick by brick, pillar by pillar, their hands built this country and raised up a whole new generation. And now, in their twilight years, after all they have sacrificed for this nation, it is only right that we provide them the first-class care they deserve. This country must take care of our elderly and serve them as well as they have served us. There's so many things that we can do to make their lives pleasant and more meaningful, such as, number one, public transport to commuters who are 80 years old and above should be free. If we want to encourage active aging, it is important to help our elderly move around more easily by making transportation facilities more elderly friendly and providing free public transport will encourage our senior citizens to lead a more fulfilling life. Number two, I've mentioned this before. Elderly who are above 75 years old should be allowed to use their MediSave for medical treatment without restriction. Number three, elderly patients should be able to receive subsidized rates at specialist clinics, at public hospitals with or without referrals from the polyclinics. Indeed, our country can and must do more for our elderly. This is the least we can do to give back to them and serve them with distinction. If the Workers' Party wins Punggol East, I'm confident that we will manage the town council competently. The Workers' Party has more than 20 years of experience managing Hougang SMC. After general election 2011, we quickly adapted to take charge of Aljunied GRC under a very short time frame. We will take over the town council functions with as little disruption as possible to the residents. As such, we will work with the existing managing agent and term contractors to ensure continuity of services to residents. Cleanliness of the estate is one of the top priorities as it has a great impact on residents' daily lives. Wherever possible, we will retain existing vendors, service providers, and software systems. But if needed, we have contingency plans and necessary resources to put replacements in place. Once we have settled in, we will work with residents to assess what improvements are needed to enhance their living environment. I will look into both the physical and social aspects and establish an identity for Punggol East SMC. In conclusion, friends and residents in Punggol East, you worry about the cost of living. like any other Singaporean. Many of you are here tonight. I hear your concerns. You feel the pinch of rising food prices, rising transport fares, rising childcare and education fees. I understand your pain. Every increase makes it that much more difficult to care for yourselves, your children, and your parents. I know what it means. I will listen to you and serve you to the best of my abilities. I have the experience and the know-how in running a town council. Give me an opportunity to serve you, Punggol East. With your support, I will make your interests be heard in Parliament. With your support, I will address your concerns on the ground. Come 26th of January this Saturday. Vote for me, Lian, and send me into Parliament. Vote for the Workers'